Yo guys, what's up? My name is Judge Prime, the ITK, here again with another review. Now today we are talking about Nigerian rapper Phyno's latest album, The Playmaker. Now Phyno is a rapper, a very prolific rapper who raps in his native tongue of Igbo. An artist who has done very well in my opinion to balance, more hip hop or rap albums, with a lot of content and lyrics, and also does well to do songs that are more laid back, more chill, more pop or chart friendly in my opinion. So on this album, The Playmaker, in my opinion, this is a very well balanced album. Like I said, you have tracks on here that are very rappy, filled with lyrics, and you also have more sentimental tracks. You also have more chart friendly tracks. There's a mixture between high life, more traditional Igbo sounds or instrumentation. Definitely most of it is in Igbo, and also there is a lot of trappy beats. If you're into trap as well, you will enjoy this quite a bit. Very nice blend between various elements coming together quite well in my opinion on this album. You have a number of producers on here. I think the main producers on here are Mastercraft and Major Banks. So this album runs for about 19 tracks. For some people this might be a bit long. I think it was a bit long, but it does feature a number of tracks that were released as singles within the last couple of years. Obviously his hit record Fada Fada featuring Olamide. You also have a track on here, Connect, that was also a single. The album opens with the track Yes I Pray. Very lovely Igbo vibe. I think throughout this album it was very nostalgic for me, and I loved the Igbo choir in this. I loved that church element that was part of this track. I'd say probably this is my favorite track on this album. Just talking about going from nothing to something and being happy with where he is at the moment, and just giving thanks to God. I think this was a very good opener. Everything came very well together in my opinion on this track. The next track, Abulo, it has a very trappy beat. You get this heavy Atlanta vibe. He also has these kind of designer ad-libs. Perhaps he could get designer on a song. I think that would be a dope song. Again, he's rapping, in Igbo. The flow is mad on this track. The flow is insane on this track. Something I really wish sometimes is that I could understand, every single word that some of these artists say, whether it be in Igbo or in Yoruba, especially Igbo, because I have very little understanding of the Igbo language. The next track, Financial Woman, featuring P Square, very chill vibes on this. I think it's talking about a woman who only loves money. I love the instrumentation on this. Again, a very nice blend between, more traditional sounds or more traditional Igbo sounds and something that's a bit more contemporary. Throughout this album, again, I think Phyno did a superb job of just balance. There's a lot of great balance between the rap and the singing, between traditional Igbo vibes and also more contemporary, maybe trappy or hip-hop vibes. He's able to blend everything together that you don't feel you're listening to something that's coming straight out of the village, but again you're not feeling like a Nigerian artist that is trying too hard to sound like he's from Atlanta. It's a nice blend between the two, and definitely is an enjoyable album from start to finish. I think it does tell you a story. There's themes on here about his success and his come up. There are themes on here about how good a rapper he is. There are also themes on here, of course, about the ladies. So I think there's a lot of balance on here between content and between instrumentation and the melodies. I think his singing was very good on this album. Inoma, I think this means, I'm not sure, but my Igbo friend told me this means basically to be better. And he's basically saying, once you have money, you belong. People really start being interested in you once you get a little bit more money. It's a very catchy song. Again, you get this Igbo vibe on it, It's very nostalgic for me listening to this. Another track on here is Sure For Me. Very sentimental track. There are elements of Fela I definitely feel in this instrumentation. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm a huge Fela fanboy, so definitely this is another one of my favorites on this. The beat was on point, and he does a very good job at being melodic and also, having, more content to his rap. He also has some heavyweights on the track Link Up featuring MI and Burna Boy. This is one of the tracks that Burna Boy is featured on this album. Again, another trappy beat, heavy bass on this track. Am I again delivering with the bars? I think I can't remember the exact line, but he said something like he doesn't usually rap fast, but when people were coming at him, he had to fast, or something like that. I thought that was a very nice bar. Burna Boy also, you know, had a lovely hook on here. He also had this part where the beat dropped and he was just going off, which was great as well. And there weren't too many features. Something, if you've watched my reviews, you know I complain about from time to time. There weren't too many features on this. It was mostly Phyno show. I don't think he was greatly overshadowed in any way. I think being on a track with MI and Burna Boy, you really have to be very confident in yourself, but I don't think he was overshadowed on this album. So overall, I would say a very balanced album, something I really like from an artist. I love the Igbo vibes on this. I love how he kept it traditional, felt very creative, felt very original to me. And my only drawback perhaps would be that I did not understand everything he was saying. Like, you get the full gist of what each track is saying, but you can't really go down and decipher his lyrics, as I don't have a very good comprehension of the Igbo language. But I will say as well, I think he does better when he raps in Igbo. I think when he raps in English, sometimes it can sound a little bit forced, but definitely when he raps in Igbo, he's like untouchable, and I think he feels more comfortable rapping in Igbo. I don't think I can give it a rating because I can't really sit down and decipher the lyrics. I think it would be unfair for me to really go hard at other artists for maybe having a few struggle bars and then me just giving this a pass because I don't understand it. But definitely I will say, officially, I won't give this album a rating. Unofficially, I'll give this album a 7.5, but it's a good album. 7.5 unofficially. And if you're a fan of Phyno, definitely go out and cop this album. If you're someone who's curious, has heard a lot of hype around Phyno and is like, what is this guy all about? I'd say go and listen to this album. If you like that balance when an artist raps and sings, go and listen to this. And if you just want to know what Nigerian music is about, have a different taste, you know, definitely check this album out. 7.5 unofficially. Good job on the album, Phyno, and I really enjoyed this, and we'll definitely be playing a lot of tracks in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't trigger anybody. I've been triggering people these past few days, which is inevitable. Sometimes you don't like an album and people get really sensitive. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please be sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, why not click subscribe? My name is Jaji Prime, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.